Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Ainan Midwara binti Ahmad Fauzi and my matric number is 267917. This is my group member Siti Nozuraida, Anis Najia and Nazifa Shasha. Our group is doing about MyJASA. So what is MyJASA? Let's look into next slide to know more about what is MyJASA. Introduction. As we know, the rapid change of technology has affected the development in various fields, including e-hailing system. In this new era, e-hailing is no longer considered as an art service by the company. What is e-hailing? E-hailing also can be called as ride-sharing, operates the same just like taxi, but the difference is they are not authorized to pick up the street hails before customers do the booking online. E-hailing company is a company that provides a hailing service via website and via mobile application. With e-hailing application that can be accessed on any device, the customers can easily browse and do the booking straight away from their smartphone. There are many e-hailing company in Malaysia such as Grab and MyCar, and one of the latest is MyJASA.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nozuraida binti Abdul Aziz. My matric number is 262801. I will present our project regarding to EERD. For our EERD, we have 7 class, which is driver, ride, customer, vehicle, car, motorcycle, and payment. For the driver, it has 4 attributes, which are driver ID for the primary key, driver name, driver phone number, and status. For the ride, ride class has a ride ID as primary key, booking date, start destination, end destination, destination start time, destination end time, and car mileage. For the customer, it has 3 attributes: customer ID for primary key, customer name, and customer phone number. For the vehicle class, it has 4 attributes, which are unique ID as primary key, plate number, vehicle type, and model. Vehicle class, it has 2 subclass, which are car and motorcycle. Car and motorcycle inherits all the attributes from the vehicle class. For the car, it has insurance rate and number of seats, while the motorcycle has number of tires and type of speed. And last, for the payment, payment class, it has payment ID for the primary key, payment amount, and payment method.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nazifa Shasha binti Uthman. My matric number is 267935. Today I will presenting about relational model. So for the first table is a table payment, which is the primary key is payment ID. Next is customer table. The primary key is customer ID, and the foreign key is ride ID references ride table. Next, we have a ride table, which is the primary key is ride ID and the foreign key is payment ID references payment table. Second, we have customer ID references customer table, and then driver ID references driver table. Okay, next for the driver table, we have the primary key is driver ID and the foreign key is the ride ID references ride table. And then we have a car table, which is the primary key is unique ID, which is the primary key of the vehicle table, and then motorcycles also have the unique ID for the primary key. This is the mandatory OR, so we don't have the super class here. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Anis Najib binti Ismail and my metric number is 267914. So I will explain regarding normalization. Normalization, we're starting with the UNF. For our project, the UNF is grab, driver ID, driver name, driver phone number, status, ride ID, booking date, start destination and destination start time, destination end time, car mileage, customer ID, customer name, customer phone number, payment ID, payment amount, unique ID, plate number, vehicle type, model, insurance rate, number of seat, number of tires, and type of speed. When it comes to first normal form, we have primary key. So for our project, first normal form, we have 3 primary key, which is driver ID, ride ID, and also customer ID. Okay, for second normal form, as we know, second normal form is full functional dependency. So for Grab, it have driver ID for primary key and rider ID, ride ID, customer ID, payment amount, plate number, unique ID, vehicle type, model, insurance rate, number of seat, number of tires, and also type of speed. For driver, we have driver ID for primary key and ride ID is for the foreign key. Driver name, driver phone number, and also the status. For customer, we have customer ID for primary key, ride ID for the foreign key, customer name, and customer phone number. Last but not least is ride. We have ride ID for the primary key, payment ID for foreign key, customer ID foreign key, and also driver ID foreign key. Booking date, start destination, and destination start time, and destination end time, and also the lastly is car mileage. For the third normal form, which is a transitive dependency. So we have Grab and for Grab, the primary key is driver ID, ride ID, and customer ID. For driver, we have driver ID for its primary key, and the foreign key is ride ID, unique ID, driver name, driver phone number, and status. For customer, we have customer ID for primary key, ride ID, customer name, customer phone number. For ride, we have ride ID for the primary key, payment ID for foreign key, customer ID foreign key, driver ID foreign key, booking date, start destination, and destination start time, destination end time, and also the car mileage. For payment, we have payment ID for the primary key, payment amount, and payment method. For vehicle, we have unique ID, which is its primary key, plate number, vehicle type, model, insurance, number of seat, number of tires, and last but not least is the type of speed.
For the table relationship, it has 5 tables, which is customer, ride, driver, vehicle, and payment. For the customer ID linked to the right table, and ride ID linked to the driver table, while driver ID and payment linked to the right table. And last, driver ID also linked to the vehicle table.
Okay, for table data, we have customer table. We use the command insert into customer table, which is the attribute is customer ID, customer name, and customer phone number. And this is the data we have insert into the customer table. And next is driver table, which is we use the same command, which is insert into driver table. The attribute is driver ID, driver name, driver phone number, and status. This is the data we have entered into the database. Thank you.
For vehicle table data, we use the same command, which is insert into vehicle, and the attribute is unique ID, plate number, vehicle type, and model. And this is the data that we insert to the database. For car table data, it also uses the same command, and it is a simple command, insert into car, and it has 2 attributes, insurance rate and number of seat, and this is the data.
Okay, hi. I'm back again. So I will explain regarding the table data of ride. So we insert the data by using the SQL like this, which is the insert into the ride. So the ride ID, booking date, start destination, end destination, destination start time, destination end time, and car mile. And we also insert the values into our PHP MyAdmin, which is like stated in the videos.